Hello, everybody. Your favorite hosts are back at it again. It's Empire with Black Hollywood Live, Season 3, Episode 12. Keep it locked.
Ready?
Wait
Look
for
at
it.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Slow burn.
Listen. I love Hakeem.
Yeah. I love Hakeem.
And it's just never going to change.
I love Hakeem just because he brings a different flavor than Andre and Jamal, but his immaturity, I bring it up almost every time because it bothers
Parris,
me.
Give him a chance. Katie, what's your
can't.
thoughts?
He's my least favorite.
Oh my gosh. Listen, everybody. Allie Washington. We are here with Black Hollywood Live. It's Empire Season 3. Your favorite host are back at it again. I'm your host, Allie Washington. You can catch me across all social media platforms at Allie the Pub. Now I'm going to toss it over to my Hakeem haters.
Hey guys, I'm Parris Rose. You can find me on Snapchat and Instagram at Parris Rose with 2 R's.
What's up, guys? I'm Hakeem hater number 1, Katie Foley. You can catch me at Katie Did What Now across all platforms.
Yeah. Hater number 1, hater
Number
number
1.
2. Okay? Jesus
Sorry.
Christ. Somebody's got to love Hakeem. I love him enough for everybody, okay? Jesus Christ.
Team Cookie.
It's his birthday. Can we give him a chance?
Yes. He can drink now.
He can.
Right.
Legally.
yes.
Legally. I mean, you know.
Because Hakeem has been turning
Wasn't
up
drinking
since
before.
season
right.
1.
Right.
So that means he was what?
Right.
18?
Yeah.
Yes.
19?
But now he's sipping the scissor with the way that the
Sipping on some
episode
scissor.
Started off right.
Yes.
Sipping
Bathtub
real deal
full of
scissor. And waffles.
Yes,
And
why was
waffles.
she so excited about the damn
Right.
waffles?
I was like, okay.
I know.
Nice way to celebrate your birthday.
Exactly.
Eve,
Exactly.
I guess.
Exactly.
So we open up with Hakeem's birthday, of course, the chicken and waffles situation.
Right.
Syrup and waffles, at least. He could have
Right.
threw some chicken in
People
there.
were sleeping on the counter. It was
mean,
a
it
mess.
was,
And where was Tiana?
Nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, why does he always do this every time? I love him to death, but I'm just like, dude, you had me fooled.
Yeah.
Because I thought that you were growing up just
Right.
a little bit, and just when I thought that you were just getting in your groove,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
then you want to get the syrup in the tub
Right.
with the girls, and
This is why I can't be Team Hakeem for
Yeah.
these reasons.
Oh.
Yeah. And Bella's missing too.
Bella's
We
always
saw the
missing.
handoff.
Bella's always
She's
missing.
always missing.
He went and picked her up, and we saw her no more.
Right.
Jesus Christ. All right, so not only are we opening up with Hakeem turning 21 or getting excited about his 21st, Hakeem is coming of age, and D Major's coming out.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
Live.
In the worst way.
Okay,
What
so
was he thinking?
let's talk about it.
Yes.
Because, all right, so D Major hops on whatever social media platform he goes live. He's like, hey guys, so I have been, you get what I'm saying, really deal hiding who I am. And I'm about to lose the one I love because they just can't deal with the fact that I'm hiding from me.
Yeah.
And Jamal, I'm coming for you.
He said his name. I was like, he actually calls him out.
I know.
Yes. And Jamal's watching. And it's
While
strange.
Jamal is almost naked.
Yeah. Philip's not responding.
Right, because they're both knocked out on the couch.
Right.
Did you see how small the couch was?
Right.
Right.
I was
I was
like,
like,
me
how
and
did
Bay
they
ain't never
sleep?
even slept like
No.
that in a while.
I feel like
because
it's
it's
too
too
big.
big.
Like,
Yeah.
Child, so he's like, Philip, get some clothes on. You got to
Right.
get dressed. And so we see them rushing to put on clothes. By this time, D Major has passed through the doorman. He's on the elevator, and
Ridiculous.
baby, he's walking in.
He was
It's got
confident.
a lanyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How confident was he though?
Yeah.
I
To
was,
do it live. He was so sure that Jamal would just be chilling, like waiting for him.
yeah,
Right.
and
First thing in the morning.
I think that
Rude.
exactly. First thing, rude.
Rude.
So what do we think about D Major going live in this instant? Because he did mention too, he said, dang, we gonna be doing this social media thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, was Jamal ever big on social media? Did I
No.
miss it?
Really?
No.
Y'all team Jamal, so I don't keep
Yeah.
up.
Hakeem.
Hakeem has been the one that's really all on social media.
Right.
Jamal, not so much.
Right.
So,
Lucius.
D Major gets the L. I
He
think
does. He takes the L of the night.
I'm sorry.
So what was wrong with this approach? I think he was trying to just like knock it all out at one time and just say, hey, I'm coming out, here I am, and here I'm with, and here's who I'm with.
Came out swinging.
Like, I get the misunderstanding. Jamal did say, well, I can't be with someone who isn't out and not comfortable in their skin. So I get the misunderstanding, but I didn't realize D Major thought they were that serious.
Yeah.
That it was like, I'm losing this love. I'm like, I thought, he also thought it was just like a hookup buddy.
Right.
So I was surprised by that.
What's your thoughts?
I mean, I just thought him coming, busting through the doors was ridiculous. He's like Lucius, like
You make every home your home.
Right, exactly. He has a key to everywhere. Like why did he have a key to Jamal's place, or a lanyard, I should say?
Yeah, because he just scanned himself in.
Right.
That damn lanyard.
Yeah.
Try to scan himself in
Take
Empire
care of the
too,
security, right?
Lord Jesus. So clearly that was a bad idea across the board. We can all agree on that.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So we see that that's a bad idea. It goes bad. He takes the L and leaves. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's weird because Phil leaves first, then he leaves almost immediately after.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I
y'all
wonder if
gonna
they ran
bump into
into-
each
yeah.
other.
Right.
But this is a show. Let's go to commercial.
Right.
So that's a bad idea. So then we jump to Hakeem. Now he's at Empire, trying to figure out what Cookie and Lucius are cooking.
Right.
Which was like the cutest thing ever.
It was like a little cute again. It was
He
cute
was
though. This
excited.
time it
Yes.
was cute. He was like, I know they got something up their sleeve. I'm like,
Yeah.
they don't have nothing for you.
Yeah.
Hakeem.
Yes.
Right.
So sidebar, do you remember your 21st birthdays at all?
Oh, I do, but mine was so lame.
Yeah. What'd you do?
Nothing.
You can't say that. You got to share. What happened?
I mean, I really did nothing. I was actually saving up to go visit my now husband who was in Australia. So I didn't do anything.
She was being bailed up for her 21st. What'd you do, Katie?
I got bottle service at a club in New York with Sway. Well, Sway was there, and we snuck
Okay.
a bunch of my friends who were underage into the club. Yeah.
All right.
You had a good one.
What about you?
I was in Arkansas for my 21st birthday with my best friend Tiffany, and her birthday is the 12th. Mine's on the 13th, and so we just went and celebrated. I brought it in at a bar. Everybody was buying me drinks at this club called Ernie Biggs. Had a great time.
Nice.
Don't remember it as much. My cousin Angel helped me to the car,
Aw.
and helped me home, and
That's how it should be.
That's
yeah.
how it should be.
So
Yeah.
21st birthday was
Yeah.
dope. So all this to say, Hakeem had a lot to expect
Yeah.
for his 21st.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Yeah, I printed out that picture of the car.
He was
Bugatti.
ready and set to
Yes.
go. I'm like, dang, I wish I could go to my parents like, hey,
Another car, because it's not like it would be his first car.
right. And Lucius said, they
Another
said, you
one.
want another car?
Yeah.
I'm like, golly,
Yeah.
you're spoiled.
And it is interesting with the dynamic of the brothers. Just like, Andre, I feel like he's always felt like he has to work himself to get those cars.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And Jamal has always seems like he's kind of above having those kind of materials where Hakeem just expects it.
Right.
Because
Period.
yeah,
Because he's always gotten it.
exactly.
And I mean, even thinking back on like all the past like episodes, and I do want to touch on this a little bit since we're here, like Hakeem and Lucius's relationship, it's so like hate to love it, love to hate it,
Yeah.
you know? And they're the closest out of all of them. And I think it's because they're most alike.
Yeah.
I almost feel they are similar, but I almost feel like it's by default because he could never get that close to Jamal because Jamal is homosexual,
Right.
and Andre can't get that close because Andre doesn't have the music in him. So,
And
there's
he
only Hakeem.
automatically wrote Andre off too with his illness too.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
So
so
that leads
bipolar.
Hakeem to be. Also, Hakeem is stubborn, so they're similar, and
Yeah.
that was like his last one, his last normal one.
yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
That was a
totally.
good breakdown.
Absolutely.
So yeah, and he's the baby too.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
brings in another dynamic
Yeah.
too.
Well, and also season 1, Lucius was always throwing Andre shade for marrying a white woman.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
So that was another thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that damn Hakeem. All right, so Hakeem's trying to figure it out. Cookie's like, listen, boy, happy birthday. We trying to get to the bottom of this family business, though, so you just going to have to skedaddle and let us figure this
Right.
stuff out real quick. In which we jump to Nessa performing.
Wait, hold on though. This was a really interesting scene because
Okay.
Lucius says that he never had ALS in this scene.
He did.
And the last time he mentioned ALS, he was like with the time I had ALS. Like he was saying that he did have ALS.
It was almost like he was going back and forth with the thought of, did I have it or did I not?
Yeah.
So he comes out and says, no, I did not have it. So what makes the reference before? What is that? A
Yeah.
lie?
Right.
Right.
Sympathy? I
Well,
don't know. I mean,
Based
it
off
does
of
get
the
confirmed.
preview. Yeah, it could be denial,
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Could be.
But you
And
also
Cookie was
don't-
just like, well, what the hell did you have? then?
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. But you also
Um,
don't stop having ALS. Like that just
Right. You don't just pick it up and drop it off.
thing.
Right.
So it's interesting to see what happens with that.
That's a good reference. Thank you for not missing that. So Nessa, this song we hate it collectively.
I mean, it was nice, but very boring. I was
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
please. I was so happy when they skip to dialogue. I'm like, yes. 'cause-
Yeah.
I say, please talk over this. Raise the volume. I'm not feeling this song, Nessa.
Yeah.
It was okay. I just don't love it.
Yeah.
And so this was nice to see Nessa because this is the only time we see her throughout the whole episode.
Right, yeah.
Didn't think about that till
Yeah,
now.
just
Yeah.
right. It's so true.
So yeah, so Nessa. And then Andre and Juliana. I don't like her.
I really don't like her. She's up to no good.
And when we met her last episode, I was like, oh, she may be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I was like, no,
No.
today.
Same thing. I was like, maybe.
It's a no from me, dog.
Yeah.
I kind of like her.
Oh,
You
really?
like to hate her
Yeah.
type thing?
Yeah, I kind of like her.
Why?
She feels like kind of like an evil genius counterpart to Andre, for me.
To kind of just carry everything along
Yeah.
and carry it through so his hands are kind of out of it.
Yeah,
But she's playing Andre too.
she is.
Like a fiddle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she is.
I don't know, but maybe again that I just cannot let go of how I want Nia Long to
Right.
be. I just don't want her to be this.
Well, in
Which?
the news, all right, she may not be in season 4 because
Right.
of how she is getting into it with Taraji, and that's real deal news.
Right.
So who knows? We'll enjoy her for season 3.
Yes.
Nia, we'll enjoy
Yeah.
you as long as Leah have you. And so her character is unfolding because she's really sneaky. She's super duper conniving. But she's bossy, and that's the only thing that I like about it because although those other two weigh really heavy, the fact that she's like carrying herself like
Yeah,
that's the only thing I like about that
Right.
little lady.
yeah. Because
That's
like
it.
you could say Anika is like, you know, kind of this evil woman, but she's weak
Yeah,
in a lot of
right.
ways,
Very.
you know. And Nia's Long's character Juliana is not like that.
I mean, she gets introduced by killing her husband.
Yes.
So like that's
Yeah.
what's more
Yeah,
true than that?
you bossy.
Right.
Yeah. I just killed my husband. I got
Yeah.
this bag full of money.
Steps
What you
over
got?
him.
Excuse
Exactly.
me. We handling business or
I had
no?
you fooled for a second. I was
Right.
like, hit me
Ah, gotcha.
gotcha.
So yeah, I can rock with that. And
Yeah.
so they're trying to figure out exactly what is what, and so they make plans to meet again the next day. All right, same time, same place. See you later.
Right.
Um,
And it's interesting too, just you can feel that sexual tension. It's like Andre kind of going back to season 1 with how he was cheating on Rhonda.
oh yeah, to get what he needed.
Get what he needed.
But Rhonda
exactly.
was okay with it.
Yeah.
So maybe Nessa really is okay with it. I don't know. He says that she is, but
I
I don't
they
think Nessa
haven't-
knows.
Yeah.
I don't think she knows.
I mean, Rhonda was cool, but I don't know. I doubt Nessa.
And the reason I don't think that she knows is because she's involved now. She's involved Shine in with their
Yes.
situation.
Yes.
Yes.
And Shine is double involved because he's involved with them through Nessa and
Right.
his love for Nessa, who Nessa is to him. But then he's also involved because of this plan, this master plan that they had to take out Lucius.
Right.
So he's not in a comfortable space between the two.
Right.
And if it come down to the two, you already know who we going with.
Exactly.
Nessa.
Yeah.
And he gonna
Exactly.
kill you.
Exactly.
exactly. It's
Exactly. Well, and you know, I mean, this is skipping ahead, but the Juliana scene that later on, Andre didn't actually fess up that Nessa was okay with it, and you know, initially.
All the way.
Yeah,
He tiptoed around it a
he
lot.
tiptoed around it until he finally felt. I think he felt like cornered. Like
Yeah.
he had to lie.
Yeah, just to get what he needed done.
Mm-hmm.
He probably thought it was going to be easier, that she wasn't going to ask all these questions
Exactly.
about his woman. So he's like, man, you
Yeah,
really?
because she looked like she was coming on to
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
I mean, I was
And
surprised.
so it was like, oh, that's the last thing
Oh,
she's
yeah.
worried about. But that was
Yeah.
the first thing that she brought up.
Oh, yeah.
I don't touch anybody else's
Right,
man.
and she's all over his legs. Like,
Yeah.
come on, girl.
Unless I have her permission.
Mixed
Yes.
messages.
Yes.
Like, I'm confused here.
Yes.
Yeah, well, some mixed messages that's also going on is between Angelo and Cookie.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
And I just kind of feel, although I love Cookie and Angela together, I kind of just want him to run as far away
Yeah.
from
While he
Cookie.
can.
Yes. I mean, she's all like, Angelo, are you being honest with me? Do you trust me? And I'm thinking, Cookie, no, he shouldn't. He does trust her,
Right.
but he
They
shouldn't.
say he trusts you too much,
Yes.
Cookie.
Yeah.
Do you trust yourself?
Exactly.
Right. I mean, she lied about shooting someone, which she could have told that story. I mean, they have a flashback. She is almost almost attacked, put in an uncomfortable situation. She was young.
Yeah.
And she shoots this guy in the knee. She doesn't kill him.
Right.
Why didn't she tell that story? I mean, Angela done drowned a girl. Well, not drowned her, but left a girl for dead. That's worse.
Yeah. I think that Cookie's in the space where she's just like, she finally found somebody that she like. I mean, we've all been there. You find somebody that you like and you're comfortable with and you enjoy their company. And when you're trying to like break free of somebody else, you can't fully like indulge in that person all the way because you still got some lingering things here that you ain't like cut all the way off yet. Which is why we have these constant flashbacks, because this is constantly in her mind. When you have flashbacks, that means something is fresh on your mind.
Exactly.
If I see that, then I'm thinking of this. If I see that, then I'm thinking of that. So it's an internal struggle for her to freaking move on from Lucius, but everything points back to that. Mm-hmm. So when you find the gun laying around, it's like, oh man, I remember the first time I used the gun. Lucius. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's a wedding dress. Oh, that's so pretty. I remember the first time I wore a wedding dress. Yes. So everything reminds her of him. Yeah. And then she was so young too. It's like they ain't been in the game for a long time. That's a lot of history.
She was like 15 or something when they met. That's like a lifetime.
Yes.
Of course. She doesn't know her life without him.
You've grown up as a woman. You become a woman with this man.
Yeah. Right. She went from her father's house to his house, you know? So
literally.
So he took his, her father's place. Like,
dang.
Yeah.
So Angelo's trying to make himself in the mold there, but one thing that I do appreciate about his conversation, he says, I'm out here trying to do, like, outside of being mayor, like, I'm trying to be with you.
Right.
So
I like that.
This ain't a part of our story. This ain't a part of our lives. So you gonna have to put that aside. And for him to be upfront and so honest and candid with her, saying, listen, this is my expectations, and I don't know what you used to, but we gonna do things different this time. You can't do nothing but salute it.
Right.
He a real one.
Yeah, I respect that. I was like, oh, I like that he said whether I become mayor or not. Like, this is not just because I'm trying to be mayor.
I'm doing it. Right.
I really like that.
Oh, Jesus.
And I think he's coming off that high from last episode of like really feeling like he finally got Lucius. And then to feel like...
And I think that he's trying to really stake his claim. Just like, listen, I'm about you and this ain't about me anymore. Like, I'm for you and you need to know that.
Exactly.
So he's feeling like, Lucius is going to give him a run for his money when it comes to Cookie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he knows that. Yeah. So he got to boss up. Oh, Jesus. This is just a lot. All right. So then we skip to Hakeem's 21st birthday, which is Empire Extreme Live. He turned up.
Yes. I'm a little upset because I really wanted to see the full turn up. I wanted to see the performances, what they had in store. I was seeing how hype he was getting.
Yeah. Because it looked like it was real dope.
Right. Yeah. It was cute. They were kind of bonding. All the siblings were bonding.
Yep.
Yeah. I was waiting for this extravagant
the great
party.
Pop-up performance from Baby Girl, from Tiana. Yes. She killed it. And Jamal comes out. Then Hakeem hops on. I was like, this is nice. I want to be there. Yeah. And then it's like, you ratchet ass bitch douche. Whoa, wait a minute.
Right.
Yeah.
How you gonna punch Kennedy in the middle of the crowd? You ruined the party. Wait a minute. In the face.
But don't be like that. You guys are hitting you or catcalling, and you're like, no, I don't want to talk. Then like, bitch, like we're the problem.
Oh yeah, like we're the problem. But it's just like you did want to talk to me, so don't be trying to act like you did.
Right.
Because you was trying to get at the kid.
Your feelings are hurt. That's all it is.
Your feelings hurt though. Your ego hurt. Yeah. And Kennedy was beautiful, but it's just she wasn't having it. And so then old boy punches her in the face, and Hakeem automatically jumps to the rescue. All these guys are going in, and then it becomes a whole full-fledged brawl at this point.
Right.
Y'all. Too much.
Well, we knew it was off to a bad start because of, the promoter and that
the
whole
exchange
thing
of money.
Yeah. And then those two guys revealing the gun.
But the thing about it is to break it even further down, even skipping a little bit ahead when they were coming back and Hakeem was saying, when Hakeem was being confronted by Andre about the security issues and all this other kind of stuff, and he sent the security that he had home.
Right.
It had two guys to pose for him because he thought that they was, out to... And I understand, like, being in their family, you have to be ready at all times. You on your toes. And, like, that was a special day for him. He didn't want to screw it up. I'm not mad at him. I probably would have did the same thing. Because they don't trust each other.
Right. I'm just saying, when that promoter came, tried to play him.
He definitely tried to play him.
He really did. But then he turns around and these two guys like pull up their shirt. They have guns. I thought they were already Hakeem's crew. I was surprised to know that they weren't. So I'm like, and he's like, all right, you chill with us.
Yeah.
How are you so comfortable with a bunch of guys who just popped up with guns? You could be like, thank you, maybe give them some money, but be like, enjoy your night. Yeah. Keep it moving.
Yeah. When he said that, I was just like, wait a minute. You ain't know these guys?
Yeah.
I don't know who y'all are, but y'all, you don't know who they are.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how y'all pop out of nowhere like some saviors? Where did they come from?
Right.
Give him his money. I'm like, so they were eavesdropping?
And I thought that they was going to jump Hakeem.
I thought so too. I thought that was the overall goal, that they were going to jump Hakeem.
I think it just goes back to Hakeem's immaturity, and Lucius wasn't there, and this is something that Lucius would handle for Hakeem, but he's not there. His brothers weren't there at that point.
Hakeem's a man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's a constant reminder this whole episode, man up. Man up. You had an opportunity to man up. You didn't man up. Try again. Man up.
Well, he did man up one time. It was a slight man up.
Where is this?
When
I love him, but where is it? Yes. Do tell.
I would just say when he was in the middle of performing, when that whole thing with Kennedy and the shooter came about. He was performing, and I thought it was about Hakeem. Like, normally, he was going to keep it going, let everyone else fix the situation. But automatically, he was like, hey, don't touch Kennedy. Let her go. Like, on the mic, he was saying that.
He did.
Yeah.
So, like, he did try, at least. Like, already messed up his performance. Before it was crazy, he still was like, let her go. Don't leave her alone. So, that's something. He didn't know it was going to escalate to a punch. He stopped it before even that. So,
I can give him that.
Something.
I thought going to Bella at the end was man up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was the ultimate, man.
Yeah.
Ooh,
the ultimate.
I don't know.
But then again, I didn't know where Bella was. Hell, I didn't know. Didn't nobody know where Bella was until the end.
Random maid.
So, Laura, Anika we're trying to figure out where Anika is because she done hopped on this, but we don't know where she is.
Right.
All right. And then we find out.
On the Greyhound bus.
Right. She done hopped on a bus and we don't know. We ain't heard from her. We find out that she ends up calling Lucius. They end up getting together this plan that she's like concocted, saying that, hey, one thing that you have that Tariq doesn't is me. And so I'm going to smooth talk him, get him to trust me. And once we figure out a way that I and he can be involved to some extent, it's going to blow all this over and it's all going to be done.
Right.
Which is a master plan.
Yes.
But it's like, what the hell are you getting out of it, though?
Her life?
Because I know that besides your life and besides you being able to be with Bella, like, it's something bigger than that you got, like, a grand scheme picture of, because you would not be on the bus, no pun intended, with this whole idea. You feel what I'm saying? With no reward from it for yourself. You already got the A&R spot.
Yeah.
So what else you need?
I don't know. I mean, I was just thinking she's just trying to save her own ass and not die, because you saw his mom. She was.
She been ready to kill her since last season.
I mean, the whole gang, Cookie, Lucius, the mom, they were all there. They're like fire in their eyes. So like,
Katie, what do you think that Anika wants out of this? Does she want anything?
I think it's yet to be revealed. I think she's a schemer.
Like schemer beamer.
Schemer beamer.
Yeah.
But I think it's yet to be revealed. Yeah.
Well, they get the plan together, and Hakeem and, of course, all his brothers end up getting into it. Everybody fires off. Andre says that he can no longer be on Extreme Live. You're a man now. You need to own up to the, choices that you make, and this is one of them. This is the consequence. So it's over for you, dog. And he gets upset. Tiana comes through like, dude, and he's like, oh, my birthday's ruined. Tiana's like, really? This is about you right now?
Right.
My friend just got, punched in the club by a guy and
knocked out and in the hospital.
You still worried about your birthday?
Right.
I'm about to go and whatever. Then he leaves off saying, you know what? I'm going to get my girl. And I'm like, that's what I'm talking about, man.
Right.
I was like, go get Tiana.
Go get Tiana. And then he goes to Lucius' house and says that he's going to get his girl. And I'm like, Tiana's at Lucius' house?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was really confused. I'm like, what girl is he getting?
But then he went to that nursery, and my heart melted.
Oh.
I said, he going to get his real girl. He going to get Bella.
Yeah.
He going to get Bella. I was happy. This is a proud dad moment.
So both of you guys fell for that one.
Oh, God, I did.
No,
a whole sap. I wanted to get a tissue.
I thought it was the only it was who he had left. If the party went out like worked perfectly, he would not
Parris.
care about Bella. I'm just a realist over here. He would not care about Bella if the party went like perfectly. But now since Tiana's mad, his brothers are mad, the party's done. Now he cares about his daughter, who was last actually on the list. You can't put your baby daughter last. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. Now he's using her to feel better.
You done?
I'm sorry.
I get it.
Is you finished or no?
I get it. His priorities were the scissor from the beginning of the
was
episode.
the scissor.
I totally get it.
Oh gosh, man, let him
Sorry,
live.
right?
Yeah.
I can't.
That's all right. That's why I'm not letting Jamal live.
Exactly, right? You never give him
Whatever. So, anyways, we see that Lucius has a nice moment with Hakeem. Can we at least deem that as a good moment?
That was a good moment.
That was a
I'll
good
take
moment.
that. I'll give you guys that.
Thank you. All right, so talk through it. Let's see. He starts off saying, "I want to talk to you," as he's in a rush to get the baby and just go spend time with the baby. And the fact that Hakeem sat down, I was surprised at, because I was like, he's so over tonight and he just wants to leave. But the fact that he sat down and had the conversation and the things that Lucius was saying was so on point. Like, to see him in this moment as a dad, I was like, Lucius as a dad, I was like, this is good. This is when Empire is getting really good, because you start to really deal like birthdays and stuff, period, with people like already unfold natural feel good emotions, and you understand it's another year of life. Like, you understand what that person means to you. Like, you have good memories. Like, this is just a real feel good moment for anybody involved with somebody to any extent. And you see him as a dad, like a real dad, breaking down stuff that Hakeem didn't even know about himself, where he was born, who delivered him, you know. He didn't even know he was not born in a hospital, you know. So to see that connection was really cool. But one thing that he said that was super dope, and I'm gonna let you guys, I want to hear what you guys have to say about the conversation. He said that nature is never in a rush for anything, yet she begots the whole universe. And I was like, oh, that was so philosophical. But it was so valid, because he was like, ever since he was born, Hakeem's hit the ground running. And that analogy that he used, like, nature is always just cool. The only part of nature I can't stand is Mother Nature, but we won't go there. You know, nature is cool, and everything still comes in its perfect timing. And I think that Hakeem has reached that turn in his life, that pivotal moment where it's like, dang, I am 21. I do have this baby, and I got to get it together. And Jamal even made reference to his music, his lyrics and stuff too. What do you think, Peter?
So like going to Lucius and Hakeem's conversation, I really did like that analogy, because it worked perfectly in that moment. Hakeem is always in a rush. He's always trying to think of the next step and the next step, and he's not in the moment. So I really like the analogy. I really also liked Jamal's schooling, kind of, because at that moment we watch it with the captions on. Yes. I'm glad we did, because I wouldn't have really understood what Jamal was talking about. And the lyrics were basically like him talking about who he would shoot someone, and he might get shot, don't worry. I'm like, and that's not even his life. He is this rich kid. Like, that's not his life. So I really like that, both the dad and Jamal schooled, and Andre too, by taking the extreme away. So he got a lesson.
Well, and where do I begin? I thought it was such a big moment for Lucius. I feel like Lucius, it was also like, you know, a come to Jesus moment for him, because he realizes that he has been babying Hakeem. I mean, Hakeem, I think also that was Lucius's way of protecting Hakeem, because Hakeem got to spend the least time with his mama. You know, like, she was taken away from him, you know, immediately. And I think that he obviously came into this world in a family that wasn't struggling as hard as someone like Andre did, and that's why he hasn't had to work for things. So for Lucius to kind of acknowledge that actually it's kind of his fault, I felt like, you know, that he isn't a man yet, was really interesting.
Especially knowing that he pushes the fact of being a man. You know what I mean? Like, we talked about it a little bit earlier, just in passing, but The fact that he didn't like the relationship that Andre had with Rhonda, marrying a white woman, you know, that wasn't man enough, you know. And if you're a man, why don't you have a family? So then he was pressured to have a son, and then you have a son. It's well, he's an heir to the kingdom, you know. And then you know you pressure Jamal because he's not technically a man either because he's homosexual,
right?
You know, and it's just really testy ground. And I feel like Hakeem, just like we mentioned before, Hakeem may have been the only one left by default, and that was the only thing that he had that he didn't feel as accomplished with because hell, he didn't live the life that everybody else lived.
Yeah.
You know, and thinking about it now, it totally makes sense. Like Andre was in the gutter with them. Like he remembers everything.
And that's why he's had to work for it.
And that's why he's so messed up too. He experienced so much at an early age. He remembers all that stuff. And then Jamal, you know, even early on, he remembers some things too, and some were detrimental to his just childhood period. Like the trash can, like, come on.
Oh, side note, that trash can story actually happened to Lee Daniels.
My sister told me that today.
His father put him in the trash can. The whole the whole scenario was real, which is so crazy.
I was like, when she told me that today, I was like, oh, I'm glad you reminded me of that. I was like, geez. And I wonder, like, Lee, when he writes, and I don't know if you guys have seen Star either, but a lot of situations he says that he writes about, he real deal puts his everything into, because a lot of the time they are circumstances that have, like, occurred, you know, in some extent.
Right, what you know.
And that's the craziest thing to me. And even to know that he's pulling from his real life experiences in that is really dope, honestly, because it kind of brings it sheds a lot of light to things, especially when you have a more personal connection to it.
Right.
It makes you feel like that character is him. Right. You know? Yeah.
But surprisingly, the character he said he related to the most is Precious.
Wow.
He said her story was the most his life. Because I was thinking it was going to be Jamal, like an obvious connection, but no, it was Precious.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And if you guys didn't know, he wrote and directed Precious. So pretty dope. He's a dope guy.
Yeah.
Really good guy. Anyways, that's nice.
Sorry. We digress.
Right, we digress. And so we see Juliana again because Andre's leaving from going off on Hakeem at his birthday to go link up with Juliana.
Right.
And she is laying it on thick. We already talked about it a lot. Yes. She's just laying it on thick, and she's taking the contract home to have her people call his people, and then they'll link up and figure it all out. But she also, when Andre leaves, she links up with the other club owner who they were originally doing business with, apparently, in Vegas. And basically her husband had been skimming off of the club money, and she has all this money in this huge bag, and she's just like, hey, I have this money that my husband been skimming from you. It's considered a gift, but I'm gonna work on the Lucius deal because you can't handle it like I can handle it. She has magic, is what she says. What kind of magic do you think she's going to put on Lucius? Question of the day.
That is the question of the day. I really don't know. While I was watching, I'm like, what is her plan?
Yeah.
What is the end goal? What does she want to? I know she wants to be in control. She wants power. Of what? Does she want empire? What does she want?
I don't know, but I know she wanted with Cookie. That's why Cookie couldn't get that hair appointment.
I'm like, and why go after Cookie? Like, if she wants to be close to Lucius,
and then
she
says,
can't
"Oh, it's okay." She was like, "Girl,
we gotta empty the trash.
We gotta empty the trash."
The hairstylist was like,
yeah, hairstylist like, shit. She done gave me $2,000. Let's empty the trash.
Like,
Where the trash? Where the trash at? Give me the trash back.
Right.
You know, so I ain't mad at her.
Pretty convincing.
Katie, what do you think her magic is?
Oh, man. I think it's kind of like Anika. It's yet to be revealed, you know? But I think that she's kind of angling for a Naomi Campbell situation, you know, where she takes over the empire, too.
Well, hopefully things don't end like Naomi Campbell.
Right?
He'll pop it.
Yeah.
Jesus. Yes. All right. So, Lucius and Hakeem, we talked about that. I am just interested to see. Finally, we got to record what's going to be coming up.
Yes.
And can talk about that some. So we'll talk about this real briefly, and then we'll get into predictions. So we see in the clip promo for next week, Lucius is sick. He's in the hospital. Not for ALS, though, because he doesn't have that.
Right.
All right. So then we see Anika kind of pressing down a little bit and making known, hey, we did not sign a prenup, so if you leave, I get everything. And his heart rate is through the roof.
Yes.
So did y'all hear that constant?
Yes.
I was like, oh my God, beep, 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 beep. I was like, oh, he finna do it now, he finna do it now.
Here she goes again.
But Lucius can't die because then we won't have Empire anymore.
Right.
All right, we already signed up for season 4, so we know that that's in the mix.
Yeah.
He's not dying, people.
Yes.
We're smarter than this. Stay in there, hang in there.
Yeah.
All right, and that's what else was promoing. That was the biggest thing to me.
Well, I mean, that Taraji was saying, Cookie was saying that Lucius is her inner vein.
Oh yeah, and how
know?
much because I mean this deathbed situation, hospitalization thing is scaring everybody. So
Right.
Cookie is coming to see like, dang, this may be serious this time, and I don't know. She's almost contemplating whether or not she should be with Angelo.
Yeah,
I feel like
definitely.
she's on the teeter tot.
Definitely.
Yes.
We saw that in episode 1.
Ooh.
This season. But yeah, no, and absolutely. And I think that's the reason why he said that he didn't have ALS. He's in denial about his health. So I think that something is going to be revealed,
All right, so Lucius has some form of cancer. All right.
That's your thing?
Yes, my prediction. He has some form of cancer, and he's had it for a long time, and it's getting bad because he's not faithful with taking his medication.
It's true.
All right. With that, Cookie is going to take a break from Angelo, and she is going to have to be forced to make a decision this episode too, whether it's Lucius or Angelo in this next episode.
I am with you on that.
Yep.
I think that she's going to have to make a choice, but I think she's going to choose Lucius, and that's going to be kind of the end of this whole Angelo thing. It's just too good to be true. That storyline doesn't really work with the Empire.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that's going to be Angelo's exit. I wish they didn't show us this preview because Lucius was coughing the whole episode, and so I was going to say, I think he's going to get really sick, but we know that.
Yes.
So that's all I got.
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback on both you guys. And then also I think that Tiana and Hakeem are going to be done pretty soon. And I think Nessa and Dre are going to be done pretty soon. And I think that Philip and Jamal are going to prosper.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you took the relationship route?
Yeah.
I think that it's good. We had to touch on that.
Yes.
I think that Nessa and Dre are going to be done too. I agree with you on that. And I hope that that's not this early because that's not going to be good for Andre because then Sean's going to be brought into it and the plan is void. Because he said, do not F over Nessa. He made that clear.
Right.
You know, also, I think Lucius might find out that Andre is doing this side plan because he was like, so you don't know anything about Vegas, right? And
He
I feel
knows.
like that he knows something. So.
Yeah, something's up. Yeah.
Y'all, what did we find out that Sean has been working with Lucius this whole time?
Wouldn't be surprised.
I want to
be
put it
surprised.
past him.
Well, y'all let us know what you think, okay? We're going to be checking in with these comments next week for certain. Today was a rough day, y'all. I forgot my laptop at home. I came to taping late, but it's all good because we're all here today. But I promise to goodness I will have the laptop next week, and we're going to be hitting up all of these comments. So like, share, subscribe, download the podcast, all that great stuff. And we hope to see you guys same time, same place on next week. I am your host, Allie Washington, and you can follow me across all social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, all that good stuff at Allie the Pub.
And I am Parris Rose. You can find me on Instagram and Snapchat at Parris Rose.
And I'm Katie Foley, Hakeem Hater #1. You can follow me at KT Did What Now. Just don't stalk me.
Sincerely, Hakeem Hater #1. We'll holler at y'all next week. Bye.
From producers Maria Menounos, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, Kevin Undergaro, and the entire BHL crew, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us at info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I'm your BHL announcer, Scipio. Instagram me at Planet Scipio. Thank you for tuning in.
Hollywood Redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.